Hello, 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 hello. How are you? This is Els coming from Mimi's Crafty Corner, and I have a quick project for us today. Today's project are these little pockets, and they are triple pockets. So you have a pocket here, and a pocket here, and then a pocket here. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Okay, and we make these out of coin envelopes. So I have some big coin envelopes and some small ones. I'm going to get out a couple, and we're going to get these started. So I will be right back in just a second. These are easy peasy to do. You can do them ahead and then glue on the covers later. So I'll be right back. Okay, so we're going to be doing a 3-pocket piece. Now, if you want to make this a 4th pocket and have a pocket that goes here, like you're going to glue this down onto the page, and you then have 1, 2, 3, and 4, we're going to treat this a little differently, and we're going to glue those flaps down. So let's talk about supplies on this one. Obviously, some glue. You're going to want your dauber and your ink. You're going to want a paper trimmer or a pair of scissors if you want. Some paper to put your decorations on if you need to do that, and a scoreboard is helpful here, along with some scoring tools and of course your bone folder. Okay, so let's get started with part number 1, and that is gluing down these flaps. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to put some glue on this. And we're going to glue this to the inside. So to do that, what we're going to do is put on our glue, and then we're going to kind of push in to open the envelope, and then we're going to put this in. Okay? Glue it down. We'll do the same thing on the smaller one. Now, if you're not planning on putting this, gluing this down on to the journal, you could glue the flap to the back if you want. That's perfectly acceptable, but I like the way that it looks when I put it on the inside. So once I have those glued down, the next step is to do a little bit of a trim. On the opposite end. And all I'm going to do is just take a scant amount off, just enough to open it up. So you can do this with your scissors, or you can do this on your trimmer, whichever works best for you. And we just want to make sure that we have that completely open. And then we're going to do a little bit of patchwork here, because these little flaps are never totally glued down. See that? So I'm going to just put a little bit of glue right here, glue that down. Do the other side if it needs it. The other side looks pretty good. I'm going to check this one. Oh, there we go. Got a little bit of a flap here. So a little bit of glue there. Check the other side. A little bit of glue. All right, I'm going to let these dry, and then I'll be back, and we're going to move on to the next step, okay? All right, so we're going to start with the littler one. And this one is 2.5 by 4 1/4. And so I'm going to decide, how much of this I want to fold up, which is probably about 1.5 inches, 1.25 inches. And I'm going to bring it over here, and I'm just going to score it. It's going to make it a little bit easier for me to fold that up. And I'm scoring it on both sides. Okay? And then I'm going to bring this up. Go ahead and use my bone folder. And now you can see our pockets are starting to take shape. We have one here, one back here, and one right here. And then we're just going to put, we're going to put some little notches in here. These go on opposite sides. deeper. All right. So now I have a notch here and a pocket. I'm going to have a pocket here and a notch here and a pocket. So I'm going to ink this, and that'll make it a little easier for everybody to see. So I'm going to go all the way around. Just like that. Okay, so that is my pocket, as you can see. There we go. Now, when we get to these larger ones, here's the thing. These are not exactly straight. If I put this on here and I put it at a line, and I line this up, you can almost see that this is slightly wider at the top than it is at the bottom. It's about 1/8 of an inch off. So when you fold this one up, we're going to go 2 1/4, I think, on this one. I like that. 2 1/4 looks good. You're going to see that it leaves it a little bowed. See that opening? It's okay. Don't try to fuss it. Just consider it a larger pocket, okay? Now, if you luck out and you get one that is perfectly square, you know, it gets perfectly aligned, fantastic. If not, live with the pudge, you know? I'm going to go ahead again, and I'm going to put some finger notches in here. And I can use any kind of notcher that I want to do this. And then I'm going to ink this one as well. And then we're going to talk about how to get the mats for this, okay? So I'm going to get this all inked up, and then I'll be back, and we'll talk about the mats, all right? I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, so we're going to talk about the mats for this. There's a magic equation. I measure the width, which for me is about 3 1/4 to 3 3/8. I take 1/4 of an inch off of that. So between 3 and 3 1/8. And then my height, which is 1 7/8. Okay? So I'm going to get a piece that is 3 1/8. And then 1 7/8. And that is going to fit here. I'll need to take a little nip out of there, but that's okay. And then the top piece, again, is 3 3/8, so 3 1/8 by, and I just need this to be long enough, you know, to cover. So 2 1/2. Three 1/8 by 2 1/2. Get these things out of the way for the moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my larger piece, put it up here at the top, make sure I've got the width on both sides. I'm going to come in here and take my finger piece out. A bit more. Okay. He's good. And then I'm going to do this one. Get it lined up. Okay. He's good. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and glue these down. We can ink them if we want. Let's ink them. I don't want anybody telling me that I'm doing it wrong. You know, there is no wrong way. This is your project, okay? I joke around about the crafty police telling me that I'm doing it wrong, but, you know, that's just the way that they do it. And they want me to do it the way that they do it. Well, I don't want to do it the way that they do it. I want to do it the way that I do it. So, first things first, we're going to glue down the larger piece. That creates the back piece for this pocket. Then we're going to go ahead and glue down this piece. And then I'm just going to glue on two sides here. Close to the edge as I can. Now, if you want to have something in the background there, you could just take another piece, ink it a little bit.
Yeah, makes sense.
If you inked, if you didn't ink, then don't, you know. Put this on here.
Cyan is coming.
Put that in. There. And then do the same thing for the bottom piece. There you go. Now, this is Bima's magical mathematical formula. Whatever your width is, take away 1/4 of an inch. If you have one of these rulers that has the little 1/8 inch marks on it, just back it up too, okay? Same thing with the height. Take the height that you want, take off it 1/4 of an inch, 2 marks on the ruler, and there you go. It's going to give you a perfect border, and you'll end up with a cute little pocket. So this one has potentially one in the back, one here, and then one here. Okay? Same thing with this one. You're just going to measure the width, which is 2 1/2, so you'd take it to 2 1/4. The height is 1 1/2, so 1 1/4, so 1 1/4 by 2 1/4 for this piece. And I would do like 2 1/4 by 2 1/4 for this, and that's going to put you on that correctly. Okay, that's it, guys. This is easy. If you want to stop at any point with this project, just cut these out, put your finger loops in, do your inking, and you're done. That's your make ahead on this. Okay, that's it. That's all I got. Until I see you again, remember, like me, ring my bell, do all that stuff. Give me a thumb, one way or the other. I don't care. And check out the description box below for links to all kinds of things, including my Facebook group. Check out the community tab here on my YouTube channel. It tells you everything that I got going on in my digital world. Till the next time, stay well, my friends. Bye-bye.